The pressing question: how much are notaries really making in 2022 in the middle of a recession? Today I'm going to kind of shed a little bit of light on that. Obviously, my experience is not everyone else's experience, but I can give you a little bit of insight on what the potential income can be if you are a notary or a signing agent. And welcome to my channel. My name is Amber Latrice, and I am here to hopefully just give you guys some information, educational, some motivation. I'm here to just basically be your notary homegirl, your notarypreneur chick. I'm here to help you guys on your journey, whether you are just starting out as a notary, you're just thinking about it, you're already a notary and you just want to learn some new ideas, or take little pieces here and there from whatever I'm talking about and maybe insert it into your business. So hopefully that is something that I can provide with you today. So if you already are part of my group, my family, my community, welcome back. If you are not, I would love for you to join us. So to do that, you just click the button down below, down there to subscribe and like and comment. I always comment back. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to go over my September income and expenses and kind of break down exactly what I made and what kind of signings I did, what kind of work I did, and then I'm going to tell you my expenses. So I'm going to give you my gross income, and then I'm going to give you my net income so you can see exactly how much came home in my bank account so that I could live off of, pay my bills, save, invest, and do things like that. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, first I would like to talk about what I use to keep myself organized and on track as far as my signings go, my income, my expenses, my mileage, things like that. So I like to use the app called Notary Gadget. It is linked down below in the description box. If you still haven't discovered it, I'm telling you, it is totally worth your time to at least give it a try. What they do is they are a software specifically for notaries. I know that they are getting into adding some functions for field inspection work, but if you are a notary, they are one of the top dogs, them, and there's a couple other ones that I'll mention later that will assist you in keeping your signings organized. And so they do everything. They sync to your calendar to make sure you're to your appointments on time. They send out reminders to you and the client. They invoice the client for you for free. The appointments can be automated. So for example, as soon as you get an appointment from, let's say, XYZ signing service, they send that order to your email. It automatically uploads into Notary Gadget so that you do not have to take the time inputting all that information. Now, it doesn't automate automatically for every order because sometimes the orders are coming from direct title companies or escrow officers or lawyers, and they're just basically sending you an email or typing, say, hey, I need you today at 3. That obviously is not going to automatically upload, and you will have to manually put those in yourself. But do take your time, either at the end of every day or every other day, to make sure all of your appointments are in some kind of software, spreadsheet, something to keep track of everything, because it's very important. It's really easy to get lost in the sauce, okay? It's really easy to get behind if you start not doing your bookkeeping or your accounting part of your business. So Notary Gadget makes that super easy. On top of that, they also can be like your personal collections agency. I only say that because if there are companies that haven't paid you on time or have forgotten to pay you, you can click in the app or the software to send collection emails to those companies. And so they will send that out automatically. And at the bottom of them, the forms or the invoices, they put, second notice, third notice, past due, things like that, so that it will incline the company to go ahead and pay you. So that's just a few of the functions of Notary Gadget. A lot of people don't understand that when you first start, you don't just open it up and just start putting assignments in, you need to go into the settings and change the things to match and customize it to your needs in your business. For example, in Texas, where I'm at, I can charge $6 per notarization or signature or oath. So I go in my settings and put it at $6. So then at the end of every appointment where it asks me how many notarizations did I do, it will calculate that for me and put it in my my report at the end of the year, for the end of the year, so I can see exactly how much I actually need to be taxed for income taxes and how much I am exempt from for notary services. So that's just one of the features I recommend you go in and changing. Aside from that, you can go in and put the company's information in. So everything can be automated as much as possible, guys. So there will be another video probably just on Notary Gadget, because there are so many functions that go into that, and there are so many different ways that it can help you and benefit you. So I'm going to definitely do a video on that as well. There is another software called Notary Assist that is very similar to Notary Gadget, but I have not personally used it yet, but I have been hearing good things about it. So if you are wanting to shop around, you can also look into Notary Assist. Notary Gadget is free for your first 20 signings, and then after that, I believe it's $9 or $12 a month, but it's definitely worth the investment. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is go over my September gross income, net income, specifically what kind of signings I did, and I'm going to talk about my expenses. All right. Okay, so what I have here is I have everything written down, and I have actual Notary Gadget website app pulled up. The website for Notary Gadget is notarygadget.com. Again, it is linked down into the description box for easy access. All right, so what I did to get this report specifically for September, which you could do this as well, it makes a report, all kind of reports. You could do the whole year, you can do certain dates, a whole 3 months, a quarter, whatever you want to do. So I went into my Notary Gadget website and I clicked on reports, and then I selected profit and loss. Okay, there are different kind of reports that you can access. You can get a sales report, you can get an unpaid invoices report, meaning they're going to list all the companies that haven't paid you, so you can get to calling or get to sending out your collection emails. You can do a mileage report, where you are basically wanting to see and get a calculation of how many miles you've driven. If you're a mobile notary, that's highly important, especially for tax time. Or you can do your 1099 payments received. So for today's video, I have done the report for profit and loss, and I'm using September 1 all the way to the last day in September. Okay, so the total that I made for, let's see, I broke it down into two separate categories. So the loan signing agent or the signing agent work, I did a total of 36 signings. And so that is, I did mostly refinance with cash outs. I did some purchase loans and a lot of seller loans. That means, properties are still selling even in a recession. Interest rates are high, so the regular refinances have decreased, but the cash outs have been steady. The purchases and the selling has been steady, guys. So I did 36 loan signings in September, and that brought in $8,938. Okay. Next category is general notary work. All right, so general notary work is when mostly someone is calling me to come out to their office or Starbucks or their house to notarize an affidavit. It's usually a single document or up to like 5 signatures. It's something really simple, or an I-9 employment verification. Okay. So I did 22 general notary appointments, okay? And that total for that was $752 for the month of September alone. So total altogether I took for notary only. Again, I do believe in multiple streams of income, so I have other streams of income, but today's video is just about my notary business and my notary work to kind of give you guys out there a little bit of an outlook on the earning potential. So the total amount of appointments was 58, all right? And the total income, the gross income for my notary business was $9,690, okay? And so with that being said, let me just tell you about my schedule and my day. Because I have other businesses to run and I also make a lot of time for myself and my kids, I do not work every day in my notary business. So I probably work maybe 3 or 4 days out of the week sometimes, and I only do up to about 3 signings on those days. There might be one day I might do 4. There might be a day where I might do 2. Okay. Now, on another video, I'll add in specifically my RON for, I guess for October. When I do it in November, I will separate RON so that you guys can see that. But for today's video, I just didn't separate it, but RON appointments are included in this as well. That's remote online notary. And so my day is pretty much about a 4 or 5 hour day. On the days that I do notary work. And like I said, I don't work every single day. So kind of put that into perspective for you and your business. If you are out here to work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., obviously your numbers are going to look different than mine, okay? Also, it's all about your networking, your marketing. I worked my butt off for my first 2 years as a notary to build all these connections to where now I don't have to do so much 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., 9 p.m., working. And I also can outsource some of the notary work that I get in. Okay, so it's kind of depends on where you are in your notary business and how much work you want to complete. Okay, so that's my total. Now, expenses. All right, so that's not how much money comes into my bank account as far as like paying my bills and all of that good stuff. So let's talk about expenses. So on the report, it also calculates the expenses because you put in, this is a business, guys. You're self-employed. You need to be tracking your expenses. So they have categories. They make it real easy. You just go in, click the category, put the cost. You want to put if it's a recurring payment, like if it's E&O insurance, that's a recurring payment. If you are on a subscription for like signing order, that's a recurring payment. If you have your paper that's being ordered every 2 weeks, that's a recurring payment. So you're going to put all of your expenses in Notary Gadget as either recurring payment or one-time expenses, okay? And so let me just tell you some of the categories of expenses that I have. So account fees, they already take into account that the amount you're paying for their service is a write-off, okay? That's part of the expense. So the account fees of having Notary Gadget, they have it at $15 a month. Advertising, I spend about $60 a month. In September, I spent $60 for advertising. And that means I was probably printing some extra business cards, or I think it was when I printed the sign for my new office. I'm trying to think about what did I do for advertising last month. But I'm pretty sure it's that sign that I put outside and a few other like flyers that I got printed. Insurance is recurring. My E&O insurance every month, okay, is included in this. Mileage, okay. If when you go in your settings, you put your starting address, usually your home address or your office address, and so every time you go to an appointment, it automatically calculates how many miles that you've driven there and back, or there to the next appointment. It calculates all of that for you. So my mileage is listed in here as an expense. Miscellaneous is in here as an expense because in September is when I purchased this office space, and that is an expense of my business. So that is included in my September expense report. Office supplies is here. So that's my paper, my toner, my pens, things like that. Parking and tolls. I do have a toll tag, and I do use my toll about 3 times a week when I'm out, and especially if I'm in a rush, I just get on that toll bridge, and so that's on here too. I put everything in here, guys, and I encourage you to do the same. Phone, which is a recurring expense. So my business phone, every month I already know how much that's going to be. I put that in here as well, calculate that as a business expense, okay? And then postage, that is my virtual business address. I don't know why it's under postage. I'm trying to remember why, but I know exactly how much I pay for my virtual office, and that's on here, and it's a recurring payment. So I use my virtual office for my filing for my business, and it's registered for my business credit, in the Secretary of State, for the comptroller for tax purposes. Everything is tied to my business address, and so I keep that on, I keep that open. That is a monthly fee. So the total amount for my expenses in September was $1,834. So what you would do to figure out how much of that money you can actually bring home, you are going to take your gross income, which was for me $9,690, and subtract your expenses, $1,834. So in September, I really made, after all of that, $7,856. And that, at that point, with that amount of money, the $7,856, I will then put money away for savings. I'll pay for my health insurance. I will do my investments. I will pay my bills and do whatever else I need to do with it, okay? Because that is my take-home pay. I also reinvest some of my paycheck every day back into my business, and then I also take a little bit out to save for paying my taxes quarterly, okay? So that is just a suggestion. Obviously, I'm not giving you tax and legal advice. I really want to just be as transparent as possible so that I can help you on your business entrepreneurial journey, especially if you're looking into getting into the notary business. So again, if you are looking for help or guidance or mentorship, you all know, and if you don't know, I do offer that as well. That is linked below. I am now teaching these classes and teaching all of this and mentoring at my academy. It's called the Notary Academy, and you can look it up down below, or you can just type it in your web browser. All right, so let's see. Let's make sure I am not missing anything. So the other thing that this Notary Gadget software does is it takes out the portion of your notary fees for you so that you can see exactly how much you're going to be taxed for income tax and self-employment tax, and how much is not subject to self-employment tax, because as you all know, notary fees are not subject to tax, or the income tax or self-employment tax. So that, like for me, it's that little $6 per notarization, okay? Everything else, of course, you're going to have to pay taxes on, because that's what we do here in America, is pay taxes. All right, let's look. I think that is it for my profit and loss report. So what I like to do is actually every quarter I like to run my reports and just kind of look over and make sure everything is good, or I'll go in if I forgot to add any expenses, like I also bought a new printer in September. I need to make sure that expense is added. Any other things that I may have forgotten along the way, I'll go ahead and add it in at that point. And then at the end of the year, you do your full year profit and loss report so that you can give it to your CPA, your tax professional, or so that you can do your own taxes. Okay, so highly recommend you do that. Notary Gadget has thought of all of the things that you need. There's so much more information than even I have explained in this video. So hopefully, if I haven't sold you on it yet, my next video I'm sure will. So again, that's all I have for you. Hopefully you guys were able to take some of this information and use it and implement it into your business. Again, happy stamping, and you guys have a great day. Bye.